What do you think of that fight? Because Tyson is very dismissive of Oleksandr Usyk and his chances to be able to beat him.
No, Usyk could beat him, of course. These fighters are so high level fighters, and who's better, it depends, I think, how they will wake up, what they will eat before the fight, what they will think about last week, how they mentally prepared. What about the skills? I think Usyk has a little bit better skills than Fury, but Fury has big punch. He knows how to use his size against fighters. Um, it's a very interesting fight for me. I will watch, of course.
Yeah,
But I don't know who will win, and don't ask me about it. Yeah,
who's gonna win?
don't ask me.
Now, the size difference, though, how do you think that plays a part? Because what Fury does, well, he uses size and get the smaller opponents, the other opponents, very tired, where he sets up a knockout.
You can lean on your in the clinch. Of course, it's harder. Usyk has good physical conditioning, and Tyson should know it. Maybe he will use his sizes. Yeah, we will see. Maybe Usyk will be ready for this. We don't know. It's a very good fight about the tactic, about the technique, and undisputed fight.
I know you said don't ask you for prediction, but are you rooting for someone? Do you want Tyson or Usyk to
I
win?
don't care who will win, to be honest. I just want to see good fight. Last times I'm not cheering for someone. I'm just cheering for good fight. In some fights you see something which you could use in the future from one guy and from another guy. Doesn't matter who will win for me. They are not my friends, but they are good fighters, and sometimes I watch their fights.
Usyk is a crafty boxer. If anyone can do it, maybe Usyk can do it. Tyson is also a crafty boxer, plus he has the size. Tyson's a tough man to beat in the boxing arena.
I always favoured Usyk in Fury in that fight.
Oh, you did?
But I did, but only marginally. But look, Usyk's not a big puncher, so I think that's good news for Fury. But you don't know what this is going to do to his confidence. He might come back stronger. I mean, he's proved me wrong before. But I think Usyk's confidence after Saturday will go through the roof. Sitting there watching that ringside, he will just be thinking, I've got the absolute beating of you. And I think Usyk probably starts up as a slight favourite.
Well, I'm like, it's all depending on Fury to how great a shape he in. And, because, the guy have done some great things in boxing. I get, he get cream and he dead, and he jumps up and turn about and almost win that round. I'm like, so he's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter, and and Usyk, I'm done. Usyk is amazing. I'm like, because I met him early when he told me himself that he was going to do exactly what I done. He said, I'm gonna win the cruiserweight, then I'm gonna go to heavyweight, and he been doing that. And so, I think that he's one of the guys that when it come down to boxing skills, he very skillful and he very determined. And so it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, a lot of people are split between who would win between them. Like, there's one side that's saying like Fury's just too big, too long for a smaller Usyk that's moving up from cruiserweight to heavy. I know he's had a few fights at heavyweight now, but they just say that his size. And the other part brings up Usyk is too quick. He's very skillful. He tricks you with the feints. You being someone who did move up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, what advantages would Usyk have in that fight against Fury, and how would that play out with him being the smaller guy moving up?
Well, Usyk, we did it because the way that he is, he pretty much just like I was. He had faster hands. when you got fast in hand and you can take a shot, but also give one, you really have the advantage because he got faster hands and he move a lot quicker and all that. I mean, I'm telling you, in the sense, it's just, but Tyson Fury, dude, he's not, I never seen him knock somebody out with big shots like this. So because he not a big puncher, but not, I can't say not a big puncher because he do knock people out, but
like a one punch. That's
yeah,
what you're, yeah.
yeah. So so it's the arts in Usyk's hand. Usyk's smaller and he quicker and very skillful. And if you ain't in a great shape with him, he will run you out of there.
Given that, then, were you favoring Usyk just style wise because of that over Tyson Fury?
But no, I don't ever favor nobody because I know it's up to the fighters to fight. They fight, and who have that best fight that night is the guy gonna win. And so I don't make nobody think it's me that can think all this up. The thing is that I realized that if I catch you out of shape, you done. I'm like that because I was very skillful fighters and I was always in shape, and and I wasn't gonna quit.
I favor Usyk. I just think.
Wow, you said Usyk?
Yeah.
Over Fury?
No, look. Fury's a big, strong guy who can move. I've never ever been a Fury fan in the sense that he's fighter. He's a great fighter. No, he beat Wilder, but Wilder is Wilder. Big puncher, but he doesn't do a whole lot of anything else. He's 10th for you. Usyk's got a high boxing IQ. This guy's got a great amateur background. He's this guy's he's the real deal. He gives you angles. He knows how to fight big guys. No, I would pick him to win. I think his boxing IQ would be right on point, and I think his angles would be right on. His punching, he punches in straight lines. I think he would give problems for Fury in every which way, and I think he'd beat Fury. I really do.
But Fury's so much bigger, so much taller, so much longer reach. Yeah. He's fleet of foot as well.
Yeah, and he's got great foot movement stuff, but all of that, right? But he don't snap his punches. He pushes his punches. He's a big, strong guy. He clubs his guys. He clubs you, then he tries to lay on you. He lays on you. He tries to work guys down by clubbing them and laying on them. And no, this guy gives the angles. He fights on angles. Usyk's boxing. He can let this guy lay on him and tie him up. No, this guy's gonna try to do that. And he'll keep getting punched. Usyk will be punching the whole time. No, Usyk, I like him, man. I really like him as a fighter.
I see Fury winning that one as well. I just don't think there's anybody right now he's so good. He's on top of his game. I just don't see anybody that can beat him right now.
Who is harder to beat than Tyson Fury, given all of his physical qualities and his tactical qualities? I find it very hard to envision or imagine who can beat Tyson Fury. And I think in the long course of history, it's pretty hard to figure out. He's 6 feet 9 inches tall. He has arms that are longer than that profile. His initial instinct in the ring is to defend himself. He's a backup counterpuncher who can punch your lights out. I mean, all of those things put together, Fury's got to be in the top 5 pound for pound.
Shakur Stevenson did a quote about Fury saying like Fury would have beaten Ali, and he got a lot of shtick for it. But he said, look how big this guy is. Like,
exactly,
look how big these other heavyweights were.
Exactly the point. I was at dinner with Emmanuel Stewart in Las Vegas many years ago. And Emmanuel was my closest adult male friend, very close with him. And I looked across the table. I said, Emmanuel, I've heard that you are working in the gym with Tyson Fury. He said, that's true. I've brought him to Detroit, to Gronk. And I said, why in the world are you interested in Tyson Fury? He looks to me like a clumsy oaf. And Emmanuel put his fork down and he said, Jimbo, He's going to be the heavyweight champion of the world, and there's absolutely no doubt about it. Look at his height, look at his arm length, look at his basic defensive backup instincts in the ring. Look at how much power he's going to be able to generate when he decides and makes the commitment to go forward and hit people with all his weight, et cetera, et cetera. Not only is he going to be heavyweight champion, and there's no doubt about it, he might be an unbeatable and unbeaten heavyweight champion. Emmanuel said that to me many years ago. Look at Tyson Fury. Tell me he's not an unbeaten and unbeatable heavyweight champion at this point on this planet.
Yeah, it's, you know, just given his physical gifts, it's very hard to match him up against anybody and him not being the winner. But people do say
history. In history.
In history, yeah.
You can say Marciano would have a chance against him.
Marciano was tiny.
You can say Jack Dempsey would have a chance against him. These are great, great fighters. They would look like flies in there against Tyson Fury. You know, Ali and Lennox Lewis are the two fighters whom most of the intelligent critics I've spoken to ultimately settle on. Well, you know, Lennox would have the power and Ali would have the instincts and the defensive skills and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree. Those would be interesting fights. But would you get me to say there's no way that Tyson Fury could beat Muhammad Ali or Lennox Lewis? I'm not in that bag. He would have a chance, and against anybody who ever lived.
What about Usyk, the man that's fighting this weekend? Does he stand a chance against him?
It's a great matchup, you know, and you might say if there's anybody who can bother Fury, it's a much smaller, skilled counterpuncher. So Usyk is a much smaller, very skilled counterpuncher. He'll be quicker than Tyson. He might be able to dart in and out. He'll employ side-to-side movement, make himself a tougher target than Tyson has faced with the come-forward Deontay Wilder. You know, there are lots of possibilities in that fight, and I'm not totally shocked, although Emmanuel might, you know, roll in his grave. I'm not totally shocked if Usyk gets a win against him, but that's going to come down to scoring. You know, he's not going to knock him out. That's going to be judges picking rounds to give to Usyk, and you know, it will be an argument in their minds because Tyson will land the bigger shots.
You know, I was thinking Fury, like he's bigger, you can lean on him, he can make it messy in there and like get the knockout like that way. He throws less punches than Usyk, but he's got a longer reach, he's got a fast jab and stuff. Whereas Usyk's going to be obviously closing the distance, he's got very good ring IQ and lateral movement and stuff. So, and he throws a lot of punches, so he could outpoint Fury with the amount of punches he throws, unless Fury could do something to, like, you know, stop him coming forward or, like, you know, make it awkward for him. But Usyk's a very intelligent fighter as well, so quick, throws a lot of punches, good chin as well. Similar to Fury's got a good chin, so yeah, it's a great fight, man. They're all both at the top of their game, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see it.
Just give me a one-word answer: Fury or Usyk? Who do you expect to win?
I'll say Fury.
Usyk. If you're gonna be prepared, it's not gonna be easy to fight for Usyk. Usyk great. I love him. Compare, but look, Usyk did a great job in the last few fights, fighting against big fellas. You're not getting hit. That's important.
But Tyson Fury now it's like you have a lot of confidence, excess of confidence.
If he's gonna prepare the way he prepared last fight, he's gonna lose, and he has to learn this. Maybe it's a good lesson for him.
My opinion, I'm with my friend, I'm with my brother Oleksandr Usyk, and of course I wish him to win this fight, and the best man win this fight. This is very, very historical moment for boxing, for people around boxing, and of course for our Ukraine. It's very important fight, and I will be pray for Oleksandr, and I hope the best man win.
I'm gonna look forward to that fight. That's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm gonna wonder I'm going towards Tyson Fury because I think he's just going to overpower him. He's going to catch up with him and overpower him. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
You often were the smaller person when you were fighting in the division, and obviously Usyk is going to be the smaller person. Do you think that will necessarily count, or do you think that Tyson Fury does have the advantages?
Little guys are difficult to fight because they're harder to hit, because they're smaller. You know, he runs a lot, he moves a lot. Tyson's probably going to have a few rounds to deal with his movements, but he's very difficult to fight. Very difficult, very smart, very fast.
Look, there's a couple of scenarios. Tyson Fury has options. He's big. He can use his size by coming forward, imposing his physicality and his will on Usyk, who has a great will too. Or he could do what I think he should do. Get on the outside, use his jab. That's about, see how tall that is? That's how long his jab is. Use his jab on the outside and make it very, very difficult for Usyk to get in. Put the burden on Usyk to get close enough to do what he does. And what does he do? He makes you miss, he makes you pay, he puts punches together, he counter punches, he sets traps, he gives angles. He does that magnificently. But how are you going to do that if you can't get close enough to the guy? So for me, that is a couple of the scenarios for Fury. And for Usyk to win, it all starts with one. It's the same one that can win it for Fury, the jab. He's got to find a way. He doesn't have to out-jab Fury necessarily, but he has to find a way to make sure he doesn't get dominated by Fury's jab. He's got to find a way to negate, to nullify Fury's jab, whatever way that is. You know, slip like Tyson used to do, bang, bang, slip over here, bang, or maybe feint, step out, get the jab to miss, then come back and counter his jab. Whatever the way is, they have to have found a way to make sure they're not dominated by the jab.
A lot of it's been made of Usyk potentially being susceptible to the body, right? The bar hurt him with a shot, whether it was legal or high, you know, that's up to debate. Joshua hurt him a couple of times to the body, it seemed like. Do you think Fury should look for that body shot? And how does a tall guy like Fury dig to a body against shorter men?
Well, you already gave the answer. You're a smart guy. You asked the question, you answered yourself. Where, yeah, they would be irresponsible, the Fury camp, and they're good. They know what they're doing, so they're not going to be irresponsible. But they would be if they didn't figure out in their game plan a way to go to the body and test the body after what they've seen with some of the reaction to the body punches by Fury, you know, recently. But by Usyk. But here's the thing. You touched on it. How many 6'9", 6'8" guys with that kind of long arms and height go to the body? Not too many. I don't know if there's any, but it's very rare. It's not easy to do, but it can be done. Why? Well, first of all, where there's a will, there's a way. But Fury's athletic enough to do it. I've seen him go to the body. I've seen him throw right hands to the body. I've seen him sneak a left hook to the body. But here's the trick. You got to do it without leaving yourself open to a counterpunch by a really good counterpuncher. So it's going to be interesting.
You mentioned how you want Fury to outbox him for the 12 rounds, but do you think he should chase the knockout side of use his size, try to make a point of it and stop Usyk, and do you see that as a possibility?
You would not be a good trainer, my friend. You're a good commentator. I wouldn't want you training me. The only thing he should worry about is winning. Not satisfying anybody, not satisfying you, not satisfying me, not satisfying all these great fans. Winning. And whatever it takes to win to give him an edge, that's all you should be concerned about.
And now you've broken down the keys for both of the guys, but who do you favor? Who do you think will implement that game plan on the night?
Listen, I would favor Fury a little bit with that reach, and he's obviously in good shape. He took this fight. I think the greatest thing that happened to him was the bad performance against Ngannou. It woke him up. He's not sleeping on it where he might have been sleeping on it before. And he proved that the way he's trained. I think that it's going to be hard for Usyk to deal with that reach. But, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Usyk they both have a lot of abilities, a lot of talent. The greatest ability Usyk has, and they both have it, but the greatest ability Usyk has is the ability to win. He finds a way to win since he was a teenager, the Olympics, then he won the cruiserweight, he unified it, then he goes into another country, he beats a big, good heavyweight, and then he beats him back to back. He knows how to win. And I said it on my podcast already, I picked Usyk. I'm not going to be one of those guys that is a phony, and I'm going to go both ways. I'm going to stick with Usyk, but I think it's going to be a very difficult fight.
Yeah, I think that Usyk is a very good fighter, and he can give Fury a really good fight. He might even win, who knows? But I really think that Fury is going to step it up, and he's the bigger guy, very smart boxer. So I think he's going to beat Usyk, and also we saw in Usyk's last fight with Dubois that he was hurt to the body. Said it was a low blow. I don't know if I agree with that. I kind of felt like it was a legal blow, and I felt like the referee did a terrible job telling Usyk to take more time. And I don't think that the referee should get involved like that. Yeah. But it happened. But we moved past that now, and still think that Fury is gonna win.
Man, Usyk is very difficult. Usyk is very difficult, but I think if I don't even know if there's any heavyweight that fights like that. But if we have a fighter like the old Mike Tyson was, I think that style is the one that would probably beat Usyk. But we don't have anybody like that right now in the heavyweight division. I think there's some young ones that are very good and looking very like with a bright future, but it might be too soon for them. But as of right now, the top ones, I don't think anybody fights like something like a Mike Tyson did. So maybe it's gonna be hard to find somebody that could beat him. But I think those styles is the style that could hurt Usyk.
You think Fury would be able to beat Usyk?
Well, Fury's too big, and he would use his body against him. So yes, but it won't be easy for Fury either. I think it's a very, very good fight. I think Usyk could pull it off actually. But Fury's size and strength and just weight might take a lot out of Usyk and give Fury the win. But Usyk is smart. He's technical. He's tricky also, man. So it's hard for both ways. I think it's a tough fight.
Usyk, yeah, he's Ukrainian. You never discount the Ukrainian. I mean that. These sons of bitches. I mean, whoever figured that they'd beat the Russians, right? They were such a small country compared to Russia. And look what's happening.
I'm a Fury fan, man. I think
yeah.
Got that one.
Do you think he's got the size advantage, the power advantage over Oleksandr Usyk?
Yeah, I don't think he does,
Yeah.
Well, it depends. All depends if you can utilize your size, if you can utilize your weight. But and then how do you defend against the size, or how do you defend against the weight? I believe Usyk has the mental and the physical to do just that. So it's again, I'm right down the middle. It's difficult to predict this fight, but I just know one thing. Me as a fight fan, as a boxing fan, will be a beautiful performance, and I'm looking forward to the battle.
If I had to give you $1,000 right now to place your bet on one name, who would you lean towards or favor in this fight?
I would be. No, I couldn't.
Really?
I wish both fighters the best. May the best man win, but I just can't. No.
There's a
really split down the middle.
Wow. Yeah.
It all depends on, because then as a fighter I'm gauging other things, right? Energy, confidence. And that I was wrong with the Anthony Joshua fight, right? Because Anthony Joshua was holding on. Yeah, it seemed like he was stuck. He was not flowing. Francis was flowing, and then I was wrong in that one. So it's difficult to predict this one.
Based on the build-up so far, obviously Tyson Fury did get cut, so this fight had to get postponed. Yesterday, the teams came to blows, with John Fury headbutting Usyk's number. Did you get to see that?
I saw that.
What did you make of that, the teams getting into it?
Very unfortunate, unnecessary, and also bad karma, I believe. I believe these things don't have a place in the beautiful sport of boxing, or any sport.
Yeah. Bad karma, so do you think there will be paybacks for that on Saturday?
Who knows, but it's just very unfortunate.
I think the Usyk fight, I think that ends in 6 rounds.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think it was, one of Tyson's easiest fights. Could be Yeah, and I know a lot of people are going to say what they're going to say about that, but I guess you'll see. You know, there's weight divisions for a reason. Usyk's a very, very small heavyweight, and let's have it right, I don't think he's had one easy fight at heavyweight. You know, Daniel Dubois, not taking anything away from him, but he did give him a hard fight last time out, and that's Daniel Dubois. You know, so can you imagine what Tyson's going to do to him? So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to that one because it's billed as this massive fight, which is a massive fight. But everyone thinks that Usyk might run away with it. But I'm telling you now, it'll be Tyson's easiest fight, one of them anyway.
But everybody has that animal sign, and he reminds me of a bunny rabbit because he moves so well and nobody can catch him. And then I look at Tyson Fury, he's like a giraffe. So it's like I see them like two animals fighting each other, but who's gonna win? Is it the bunny rabbit or is it the giraffe?
How do they match up stylistically? Because Usyk's such a smaller heavyweight compared to Tyson.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think Tyson has to move around that much. Usyk has to move around a lot, and he's gonna be using the ring up, and he's gonna be in and out. He's not gonna be easy fight for Tyson Fury. You have to remember, this guy's an undisputed champion, and he doesn't like to lose. He hasn't lost, so you can never take your glove away from him. You always have to say, this man is a survivor, he's a winner, and he hates to lose.
Is it something where we see 2-3 fights between them, or do you feel that one or the other could end up being one-sided?
I think it's a one fight. I don't think it's a trilogy. I think it's a one fight, and we may get surprised. You never know.
For me, in my eyes, I think Tyson Fury could win. He has more skills, more ability. I don't think Usyk knows how to pressure, throw those combinations, get close to him, smother him, rabbit punches, all that. But if I fight him, I'm gonna be able to do that. A lot of people don't realize when you fight, when tall guys fight shorter guys, it's hard, especially when they move around. It's hard to hit them, especially they leave themselves open. That's exactly why I had that dream that I was going to be a Wilder, and that's how it was going to turn out.
I think Usyk has more of a killer instinct. He has more of like this, the adversity that he's faced. It's like if Usyk gets knocked down, like he'll come back up and knock you out with heart, And it's not the heart, because every fighter has a heart to get in the ring, but it's something. Yeah, it's like grit. It's like it's basically balls. Yeah. That's what it is, And I think Usyk. I mean, both guys obviously have balls, but I think Usyk uses them even more.
Fury's size is what makes him, I think, gain more success and stuff like that. When I see him and Usyk, I see how they cheated Cunningham with that clubbing. He laid his weight on him and then he grabbed him and clubbed him and stuff. I can see him doing the same thing with Usyk, putting his weight on him and stuff like that. I do think Usyk has more skill, but when it comes to the size and stuff, I don't think Usyk will be able to compete with the size or the hanging and stuff. But who knows? That's just my opinion of things. But this is boxing, and boxing styles make fights, and different things may happen in it. So, if they do fight, then may the best man win in that, and I wish them nothing but the best.
I'll try and be here. I tend not to go to many fights, but Saudi's putting on really good shows, and that's an iconic fight, so I'll try and get out here with my team. I think it's going to be a really, really good fight. If I'm going to speak straight up, I'm leaning towards Usyk. But who knows? Who knows, innit? They're both at the top of their game. I wish them well. I hope they have a great training camp. And once that fight's out of the way, the heavyweight division opens up again, and all of us can start leading towards becoming champions. And I think I can't believe how great this card was. So many potential matchups, potential future stars on the card. So 2024 is going to be a big year for the heavyweight division. So I'm leaning towards Usyk. I'll be out here potentially, and I can't wait to see them fight. And as I said, this card was amazing. It's going to showcase the next superstars of the heavyweight division.